Hello and welcome to the Tie Show for May 14th. Today I'm going to go over a couple things. I want to talk about Lincoln Riley addressing the media today, talking about the return of college football. And also, I want to talk about one of the most underrated teams at high school basketball here in Oklahoma and kind of put a spotlight on them. But let's jump straight into what Lincoln Riley said because that's kind of the big news right now. So, Lincoln Riley said today that he must be patient with bringing football players back to campus. Um, uh, Any talk of bringing players back to campus in a matter of week is way too soon. I completely agree with him. All this talk about schools wanting to bring players back on June 1st is one of the most ridiculous things I've ever heard, Riley said in a Zoom chat with reporters. We got to be patient. We have one good shot at it. The Big 12 Conference has officially stated a potential date to reopen facilities, but the SEC will vote on May 22nd on whether to allow schools to reopen facilities for voluntary workouts as soon as that date. Riley said that in his opinion, there's too much at stake to risk such a quick return and jeopardize the season even further. It would be completely irresponsible to bring those guys in too early. We need to bring these guys in as late as we can. Every day they come in could be a day we could have gotten better. Learn more about the virus. The equipment gets better. A day closer to a vaccine, the testing capabilities get better. It's just not worth it. He said that he understands that the sport is accustomed to strict dates and structures, but that there is still too much unpredictability for any push, saying he was entrusted with his players' health. It's our job as football coaches that we got to look way, way beyond what's best for our own team. For a lot of coaches, that's hard, he said. We're wired to do everything we can to help our teams win. This is totally different. I do believe that if we do it right and don't get ahead of ourselves, I have a high confidence we'll be able to play football this year. Riley also confirmed that sophomore receiver Jadon Haselwood, who was a top 10 national recruit in 2019, suffered a freak accident at home and would miss the early part of the season. Jadon had a lower leg injury that we're dealing with right now, Riley said, noting it was non football, non workout related. From what I've heard, it is a torn ACL, which is huge. I mean, Jadon was supposed to be our number two receiver. He was the number one receiver in the nation last year, recruiting wise, coming in as a freshman. He played pretty good last year as a freshman. He didn't play a lot, but when he did play, he played pretty good. And so he's gonna be missed for that first couple of seasons because with CD missing, Jadon was supposed to step in and take that spot for CD. But I mean, we still have Charleston Rambo. Theo Weiss was a top 10 receiver. You also have Trey Bridges, who was a top 10 receiver. Uh, so we should be fine at wide receiver, but it's definitely going to be a loss taking him. But yeah, I completely agree with everything he says on this. I wouldn't bring the players back yet. I think you could work them back in July easily. But yeah, I would wait another month. I know the SEC will probably start allowing them in next week just because it's the SEC and they want football back so badly. And I think we all want football back so badly. But Lincoln does have a point. You bring them back slowly, you get them all prepared. We still have a long time till the season would start. A season of college basketball or football wouldn't start till September. Yes, you need to start training in July or August for that. But again, you have till July or August to do that. You don't have to start right now. Right now, they're on summer. Classes ended this week for most college students. So this is your time that you could set up perfectly fine to get everything that you need done. Let's figure out what happens in these next couple weeks because with everyone opening back up, yes, there's probably going to be a couple rises in cases. Yes, it's probably going to get a little bit worse. So let's see how bad it actually gets first before we go ahead and send players back to campus to start working out. That way we don't get a player sick or something like that. So I completely agree with what he's saying. Um, we are, and he clearly says we are probably going to have a college football season, and I don't doubt that at all. Um, they're not the NFL though. They've got a lot of people they got to put on that field. And do you play it without the fans? Do you play it with a limited amount of fans? I know the NFL was thinking about that. Is played with just a limited amount of fans in the stadium. I don't know. I know from what I've heard for the last couple weeks, we are going to get football. At some point, sometime in this world, football will be back. It comes September. Maybe without fans. It may be with a few fans in the stadium. We are getting football though now. I know NASCAR starts this weekend and golf starts back this weekend technically, and Germany soccer starts back. Bundesliga starts back this weekend. So we have sports this weekend. Actually, tomorrow, most of that all starts back. So, yes, we have all that. And if that could work, I think football could work too. So that's what we need to show, is that those things could work. So let's get back to our main sport in America, football. But yeah, I wanted to highlight another. That's all on Lincoln Riley. I wanted to highlight another thing, which is one of the most underrated uh, high school basketball teams in the nation, in the Anadarko. What is their mascot? But yeah, they have a very, very stacked women's team. Uh, they are the Warriors, Anadarko Warriors. Um, yeah, they finished 26-1 this season before the season was canceled because of COVID-19. They were supposed to play at Southern Nazarene University in the state tournament. They said they were like in the hotel waiting for that game, and that was when it got canceled. But yeah, some of their big wins was they beat Plainville's junior varsity 103-11. Um, they beat Tuttle, who was number 10 in their class, 62-32. They beat Newcastle, who was number 3, 56-51 on the road. They moved up to 5A to face MacArthur, who was number 11, beat them 64-31. They beat Capitol Hill, was also a 5A school, 80-7. They beat Yukon, who was 6A, 70-21. They beat Del City, who was a 5A school, that was number 9, 90-34. They beat Sulphur, who was number 11, 63-24. Weatherford, who was number 4, 51-45. And then in their playoffs, district, they beat Chickasha 72-61. Regionals, they beat Cash 62-24. They beat Ada, who was number 15, 77-37. And in the arena championship, they beat Tuttle, who was number 9, 50-42. They were scheduled to play on March 12th, but of course that got canceled because of COVID. But yeah, they were 26-1. They were number 1 in 4A, um, number 5 in the state of Oklahoma, number 202 nationally. But they are coached by Coach Jeff Zinn, whose both daughters play on the team, including senior Avery Zinn and junior Lanny Zinn, who were their two best players. And wanted to get to know more about the team. The Zinn twin or girls have created a TikTok account where they're just highlighting some basketball skills, and it's just a fun way to pass the time till the season comes back. And they said that Lainey said her goal is to come back her senior year and win a championship with the team. And all I've got to say is I hope that they work out because this team was very, very good. And this just shows how bad it was for some high school students, as you got somebody like Avery Zid who will probably never play another game of basketball professionally, not professionally, but an actual game of basketball again in her life. Because I highly doubt she gets recruited by any colleges. But yeah, it just ends like that because they were 2 games away from winning a state championship, and it's taken away from them all because of this. What happened? And so I hope that Anadarko Cup bounces back next year, gets their win, and all that. But that's it for me today. Leave a like, comment what you guys think about Lincoln Riley's comments on college football returning, also how much the Jaden Haselwood injury could affect us. But that's it for me today. Take care. God bless. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace.